Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing the BMW X7 M60. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the BMW of Pleasant Grove for giving me some time with this X7. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Brendan. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 that goes to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 16 around town and then 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 523 horsepower and then 553 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the front end, I like the whole top light design thing. Look how that kind of fills in. I think that's pretty cool. Got, of course, the BMW logo front and center, and then you got the little M logo there on the grille. And yeah, split light design. I think it's grown on me personally. And you can see the parking sensors at the bottom, but yeah, overall, I mean, it's big. You have to see one of these in person to kind of understand the scale of it, especially the grille. Around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275 by 40 by 22 in the front, and then 315 by 35 by 22 in the rear. Now taking a look at the wheels themselves, you've got the silver with the metallic gray, really intricate design. I think it looks cool overall. Got those nice painted fender flares. You can see this trim piece that extends along the side. So the mirror cap and the window trim's blacked out. And then taking a few steps back, there's a side profile. This is where you can kind of see again that newer boxier design on the front end. Definitely changes things up. And this of course leads us to the key fob, if it'll focus. There we go. You got the BMW logo, that's the remote start and the lock function. You can see the M colors. You got your unlock and then your opening for the hatch, and pop it open. Now popping into the rear, we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. And you guys can see a little tailgate. You can also lower down the suspension in the rear, which is cool. And then I like this function right here. Max passenger, max cargo, depending on what you want to do with that whole setup. But yeah, with the third row folded up, obviously not a ton of space. If you want more space, just fold the third row down. And then it's all automatic with the closing, so just press that and it'll close both gates together. Cool taillight design here in the back. You can see M60i there. You got the BMW logo, X7 as well. And look at the exhaust tips, the covers at the bottom. Pretty cool looking. And it's the rest of the rear. Now take a look at the door panel in the back. Really nice trim here. You can see for the sunshade. And then I like the brown coloration down below. It's kind of like an orangish brown. It's pretty cool looking. And then you can see there with the ambient light strip, and this is nice with the trim there. And then just all the window controls, sunshade control, all of that. And then here are the seats. Really nice trim all down the center. It's actually power adjustable, which is cool. So like, that's for the back function, and then to do the backrest as well. So they make it easy with the controls. But popping in, it's pretty easy to get in. Got good legroom here in the back. Got a little storage pocket. Let's see, USB port area. And then we've got our vents here. You can see with the heated seats, climate controls, all of that. And then I do want to mention the third row seats. You can see they're pretty fancy looking, just like the second row seats. And they even get some nice trim there on the side. They also get their own sunroof for the third row passengers. But anyways, you can fit adults back there, but I would reserve it for kids in terms of spacing. It's pretty typical of SUVs in this segment. Now take a look at the front door panel. You can see again with the two-tone design, all of our window controls here. Got our memory seat function. Not that's going to show up on camera very well, but there's memory seat, there's massage seat as well. Blind spot ring with the mirrors. And then you can see the front seats. Pretty much the same design. They are perforated. It's a little bit of a difference. Again, all of the adjustments on the side here. And then look at the pedals. Pretty cool setup here. And then you got the nice vent set up, and then look at that trim piece, and then soft touch all across the dash. So taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see nice trim all around. You've got the M colors there in the center, the M logo at the bottom, and even stitching around the airbag cover. Paddle shifters there on the back for the 8-speed, and then you got practical controls like your cruise control, for example. And then they still do traditional stocks on the back. This is cool with our full digital gauge cluster here in the center, and then when you change the drive modes, it changes how the gauge cluster actually looks, which is another fun part. 360 camera system, which is nice to have in a SUV that's large like this. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's BMW's newer unit that they have in all of their modern cars that they've recently refreshed or redesigned. So it responds quickly. It's pretty easy to use. Climate controls are integrated into the screen. They're always available here at the bottom. So like if I want to adjust the cooled seat to max cool function because it's hot today, boom, pretty straightforward. Got this nice trim that goes across the dash, and then you can see with the leather trim there. And then that goes to the little M logo. And quickly open up the glove box here. That's nice. And then you can see we've got our little volume control down below, some other physical buttons. And then this just nice trim piece covers up the wireless phone charging pad, cup holders. They're heated and cooled, by the way. And then we've got basically our physical button section. So this is for the infotainment system. This is for the suspension to raise and lower it. Your drive modes, your gear selector, which is very interesting. It's a crystal selector, but yeah, it's just a interesting actuation there. And then good space here in the center console. I like the trim on the top. I think it's pretty fancy. And then we do have a premium headliner with this, and then we've got a big panoramic sunroof. A lot of glare, so you're not really gonna be able to see, but after all options on this one, $124,985 is the total MSRP. It's even hard for me to see. But yeah, let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. So with the hood, heads-up display, both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring with the rest of the rear, and before we set off, oh, it is on max. Well, I clicked on it for no reason. Let us set off in the X7. What the rest is climate? What the rest is climate control stuff. Why are we so weak? Man, there are so many like screens and buttons. There we go. That's not low. So basically you either get like next to no airflow or a ton. But yeah, this whole screen stuff, it's easy to use once you get used to it, but like, I don't know. I'm not that old, and I look at these screens and I'm like, this is a lot. The future is confusing. But yeah, in terms of how this drives, I like the turbo. Tons of low end torque so far. Nice V8 sound too. It's pretty fun. It's comfortable too. Again, you got pretty big wheels, so you're gonna feel a little bit more on the road because of that, but you know, air suspension and everything helps out with that. Yeah, it's a smooth drive. That's for sure. Yeah, seats are comfortable too. And they do have that massage function, which helps out with the luxury feel. And it's a comfortable car. I want to see how it does over the little joints here. Man, it's got so much power. You just barely get into it. This is a wonderful engine. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And over the, yeah, pretty dang solid. We'll get on the V8 a little bit here. Yeah, it's got some oomph. Sounds cool too. That's fun. Yeah, this is a great engine. Again, I think this is why not only BMW is using this, but also Range Rover in their new cars, because it's just a solid powertrain in terms of power delivery and all of that. So to sum things up, this is a nice luxury car and it's fast. Obviously, you know, doesn't give me the full power because of the break-in period, but with what you can feel, and I've experienced this powertrain unlocked all the way, it's a solid engine. And so this kind of gives you the best of both worlds, speed and comfort. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for nowadays. So I think a good way to look at the BMW X7 M60 is it's a GT car, right? It's an SUV, but like it's the type of car that you can go fast in, but it's also still really comfortable, still really luxurious.